and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, we'd like to talk about 르세라핌's Anti-Fragile, focusing on a little breakdown and analysis of the lyrics and the music video to see what they can tell us about the concept and story of this very first comeback. Now, Anti-Fragile is a song that highlights 르세라핌's resilience and strength in response to the people who underestimate their talent and potential. In this apocalyptic first comeback, the girls are ready to prove that despite they might look fragile and delicate, in reality they're anything but. As we see in a second, this is a concept that is expressed in multiple ways. In the lyrics, they reference the girls' personal experiences, while in the video they portray their anti-fragility as them surviving a catastrophic event. Both of these perspectives are obviously very important to consider, but before we get to them, we first need to understand what being anti-fragile actually means. You see, the term anti-fragile was first created by essayist Nassim Nicholas Taleb, and it refers to a property that can actually be applied to many different fields, such as finance and business, but also nature and mental health. Very simply put, anti-fragility is the ability to thrive in a state of disorder and volatility. If being resilient means that you can withstand adversity, being anti-fragile not only means that you can survive hardships, but also that you can grow stronger because of them. This is a mindset that anyone can develop, and it strongly relies on the idea that even if you cannot always control what happens to you, you can control your response to it. If you can embrace the volatility in your life, if you learn to accept chaos and hardships as a part of it all, and if you can gain strength from the experiences that should have brought you down, then almost anything can be turned into something positive. When it comes to 르세라핌, this is a concept that resonates quite a lot with their experience as idols, because in the documentary that was released prior to their comeback, we saw how challenging and demanding even getting to debut actually was. Even if from the perspective of an outsider being an idol looks fun and cool, the reality behind it is much harsher. To be honest, becoming anti-fragile is something that any idol has to go through on some level, because in this line of work, struggle and success often go together. Because of that, it's essential to develop a mindset that can help you thrive no matter what, and in many respects, Anti-Fragile is a celebration to this achievement. In the song, 르세라핌 are not only fearless, they're fierce, confident, and quite literally indestructible. This level of resilience now allows them to bloom in chaos, and in the lyrics, the girls express this concept with some references to their own experiences. In their personal journey, 르세라핌 not only discovered rivals they never knew they had, but they also understood that some people really pray for their downfall. As they walk this path of thorns, 르세라핌 have to confront people who lie, people who are jealous, and people who underestimate them, but the girls are not worried about that because they're anti-fragile and they learn to thrive in struggle. Lies don't affect them, they welcome the attention of those who envy them, and in response to the people who underestimate them, Kazuha invites them not to forget the point shoes that she left behind. This is to remind people that if they're there for a reason. The road that they walked was difficult since their training days, so now they welcome more gasoline on the fire, because the bigger that fire burns, the stronger their drive becomes. In the song, the girls actually compare themselves to a phoenix who flies again by rising from the flames. Like the hydra of the intro grows two heads every time you cut one, the phoenix is another great example of anti-fragility because it rises again from its own ashes. In his book, Taleb actually used both of these creatures to explain this concept, to the point that in the very first chapter he encourages people to live like a hydra and become like a phoenix in order to avoid the negative effects of power and success. Since success always comes with the danger of a downfall, the only way to deal with it is to find a way to grow from the very experiences that should have destroyed you. If you cannot change the environment, you have to adapt to it in order to thrive. So in the song, the girls transform their hardships into a positive drive that pushes them to climb higher. Now in the video, this idea is portrayed with 르세라핌 cheerfully confronting the apocalypse like another day at the office. Right off the bat, this is a very interesting theme, because in many respects, the apocalypse might be a metaphor for those events that to us might seem like the end of the world. Much like the people in the video, when we have to deal with those situations, our first instinct is to panic. We get overwhelmed, scared, we run away, but 르세라핌 are both fearless and anti-fragile, so they are unbothered because they thrive under pressure. Yoonjin plays guitar and does her makeup, Kazuha stretches, Sakura plays a VR game, and as one does, Unche catches a potato falling from the sky as she smiles at the approaching asteroid. Now the potato scene is actually very interesting here because the video goes out of its way to create a visual parallel between it and the meteor. If you look closely, the potato and the asteroid are both the same shape and they're both falling from the sky, and this comparison can be interpreted in a couple of different ways. The first thing that comes to mind, for instance, is that the girls are confronting a hot potato, that is, a tricky situation that people don't want to deal with. In this context, the meteor is the hot potato that people want to escape, but Unche catches it because she knows that she can handle it. Another possible interpretation, however, is that since Unche is anti-fragile, to her the meteor is a non-issue, that is, something that is easy to confront as catching a potato. Either way, the point is that they're strong enough to deal with any situation, and since they're anti-fragile, they can confront even the most difficult event without breaking. This is also why in the store we see the angel falling, crashing on the ground, and then being whole again in Chewon's hands. Much like the statue, which is an angel in reference to them being named after the Seraphim angels, the girls are unbreakable. Even if they live through experiences that would probably break most people, this is not the case for them because the road they chose made them stronger. Their strength is also conveyed with the specific statue that they chose for the video because, as it turns out, that is not a regular angel but rather Archangel Michael, who is always portrayed with a flaming sword as he slays a dragon representing Satan. In Christianity, Michael is the commander of the angels. He is the symbol of divine justice as well as the strongest angel there is, and he not only banished Lucifer from heaven, but is also set to fight him during the apocalypse, which actually ties us right back to the concept of the video. Now, the parallel between 르세라핌 and Michael here is important not only because of the angel concept, but also because they cannot possibly be compared to any stronger angel. This really goes to show that them becoming anti-fragile really makes them as powerful as they can be, and this idea is also reinforced right at the end where we see the asteroid finally crashing. As predicted at the beginning, the cosmic hot potato has dropped, but 르세라핌 are completely unbothered by this event. Their anti-fragility makes them invincible and unstoppable, so if anything, people should be more concerned with them than with the asteroid. Their underlying power is also hidden in the video itself. We see Chewon causing an explosion by moving an arm, Sakura destroying a VR planet with the touch of a finger, and Unche biting into a candy shaped like the world. After all, the world is their oyster, and these are all visuals showing how strong and powerful they can actually be. To see this power in action, we probably have to wait for the next comeback, but luckily enough, the video also gives us a little clue about it, because at the end we see the question, do you want to be forgiven? Now this is very telling, because back in Fearless they asked, do you think I'm fragile? And the title of the comeback ended up being Anti-Fragile. Following the same logic, maybe the next album will be called something like Unforgiven, Unforgivable, or something along these lines, but to see whether this is the case or not, we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, however, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye!